Welcome to Radio Boomers Live, otherwise known as RBL, a show that incorporates baby boomers and millennials' ideas and perspectives.
With the hottest news, reviews, and interviews, and guidance on the transition of brick and mortar to click and order. And now I'm proud to introduce former veteran, military police, and a member of Knights of Columbus, my dad, James Zuley.
And my son, chairman and CEO of EZWAY Network, known as the Digital Dick Clark, Eric Zuley. Good morning, Radio Boomers Live listeners around the world. Good morning to our EZWAY family. You know who you are. You're all around the world. And to the superstar host of the show, my son, Eric Zuley, otherwise known as Easy, a long time ago. Remember that, Eric?
I'm still easy. I'll never stop being easy to the easy way. Easy.
We got to make a AI little EZWAY robot guy. I'm going to report on the robots. A lot of stuff going on in the robot field.
Well, good morning, everybody. If you guys don't know and you're new to the show, make sure that you go to EZWAYNetwork.com and create your account, set up your profile, and ultimately, if you enjoy the show, look for EZWAY Family on Instagram and follow. And that's one of the best ways to follow. This show is brought to you by Better Vision for Children, bvccharity.org. And if you like this show particularly, and you might want to be a guest, or you go, hey, I want to tell my friends about it, go to RBL, www.rbllive.com, and then click the little subscribe button and join us. We're getting ready to have a lot of fun here.
Absolutely. Eric, the technology today, it used to come in stages. Now it's coming instantaneously. I mean, you wake up the next day, you have no idea what's been created or innovated or whatever. It changes so fast.
Oh, well, it's all about technology. In fact, the featured guest that we have today, he's probably going to tell you about some really great AI event that they do on Zoom that teaches you a lot about AI and technology, and really that's what it's all about nowadays is AI, and it can make it a lot easier on you if you know what you're doing and you use AI.
That's right.
And no pun intended, a lot easier on you. But yeah, so today's show
are here.
Today's show, guys, is brought to you by, like I said, Better Vision for Children, bvccharity.org. Do me a favor and click the like button, comment, and ultimately share this broadcast.
Sure.
And Dad, I'm super excited to announce the new and improved EZWAY News.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get the most views
on the EZWAY News.
On EZWAY News, for your business. And so this is it. The new and improved EZWAY News. You can simply click on subscribe and then be updated on everything possible for EZWAY now. So make sure you go to www.eZWaynews.com. This has over, Dad, can you believe it has over 16 million viewers and 25,000 subscribers? It's just a real rockin' site that everything that we're doing is going to be here. So make sure you guys go here and subscribe. Click on anything that you want to click on to learn about. This is something we did yesterday, which is basically with the Halo Teal Awards with one of our stage directors. And this is a lady named Barbie Marino, who was part of the E-Woman Network.
Yeah.
And she won a $25,000 package. $25,000 package that we offer to put you on EZWAY News and get you ranked on Google and interview you. And so this is her actually interviewing.
I'm Barbie.
And
I'm Barbie.
Bodybuilder Barbie, who was on the movie Barbie and has been on a lot of other stuff, Lauren Powers. So we did what we did by attaching her to celebrities and other bigger brands to enhance and build her business. And that's just a small idea. You see BVC Charity right there. But we do a lot of big interviews.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is...
And you'll see a lot more on the Instagram if you look for us. We're live right now on Instagram. If you look for the turn that off. If you look for EZWAY News, EZWAYnews.com, that's where it's all.
Yes,
it's all happening now.
EZWAY News rocks. I mean, what you built there is amazing, and the numbers are similar to the WTV from yesteryear. Remember?
Well, that's the thing, is we're kind of bringing back what we used to do with WTV, and we were getting 300,000 views a month with WTV.
14 million views, yeah.
And we're actually taking the domains and everything we did with WTV, and we're moving it all to EZWAY News. So that's how you're going to get so much stuff happening with EZWAY News. And
an amazing event, Derek, with Angelique, the Halo Awards. That was a home run for sure. Enjoyed the carpet.
Oh yeah, great job, Angelique. Angelique did a good job on the Halo Awards, and so make sure you support that. But yeah, Dad, we're gonna go quick commercial break, and when we come back after the hot topics,
yep,
we're gonna have our special guest, who is a super expert networker. And that's what he specializes in. So today's show is really kind of about networking. We're going to teach you a lot about all those tips and tricks and strategies and the best tools to use and the best possible way to network your way to success. Yeah, this is EZWAY Networks powering Radio Boomers Live, www.radioboomerslive, RBLlive.com, here on EZWAY Podcast. And if you want to get your own podcast on EZWAY Network, that's something we can do for you. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome to EZWAY Podcast. Do you have a podcast? Maybe you want to create one. Let EZWAYpodcast.com make it a little easier on you and your guests. For only $99 a month, you can super boost your podcast, get more subscribers, advertisers, and manage everything all in one place with EZWAY Network.
Get seen and heard the easy way, get a larger reach, meet quality potential guests. You could be on Roku, Apple, Amazon, all mobile devices and smart TVs streaming on EZWAYTV. Our network helps you get advertisers and people wanting to pay you for an interview, as well as brand credibility and more social media followers. Try it free. Register to EZWAYpodcast.com.
Yeah, register to EZWAYpodcast.com. And if you want to learn more about our guests, you can go to EZWAY Wall of Fame, so EZWAYnetwork.com, and click on sites and look at the Wall of Fame and look up Butwin, Butwin. But before we do that, Dad, why don't you tell me a little bit about the hot topics here? This is hot topic time.
Well, hot topics, the second most influential and celebrated event of the year by billions of people around the world again is Easter, when Jesus rose from the grave after 3 days, and people were traveling and celebrating. It was I can't go into all the activities that went on, but it was quite innovative and amazing what people do to celebrate. And then the celebration was followed, unfortunately, at 1:00 a.m. this morning by the passing of Pope Francis. He was the first pontiff from the Americas. Buenos Aires, Argentina, passed away at, like you said, 1 a.m. at age 88. The Pope's death, announced by the Vatican, came after spending weeks in the hospital. He had pneumonia, and he succumbed to his pneumonia. Pope Francis was also the first Pope from the Jesuit order and the first pontiff to take the name Francis. The White House and leaders around the world are sending their condolences. Supreme Court to hear a case about the prevention and health services under the Affordable Care Act. 2025, the year predicted to bring in the home robots. And they're talking about from millions to billions of these robots will be in homes basically around the world who can afford them. They're talking about average of $5,000 to $20,000 for a personal robot, and the industrial ones could be around $100,000. But they can basically do everything from minor home chores to, they can play games with you if you want to play a game of cards or chess or whatever. Do dishes. I mean, it's endless. Americans are asking best places to invest. Well, High yield savings accounts, they're not really an investment, but the high yield rates they consider. Certificates of deposit, government bonds, corporate bonds, and money market funds are rated in the top 5. Although there's a lot of these AI stocks and high-tech stocks that when you find them when they're first starting out, if you pick it right, there's a lot of benefits when you're purchasing for 50 cents to $3 a share, and you read about when they skyrocket up to $50 a share. Good profit margin there, although you really have to pick the right one because there's many out there. And rates are coming down. So if you're planning on buying a house, look at your 30-year note, do a lot of homework, you get a good rate. And now there's even people teaming up with other parties to go in partnerships to buy properties if it's not affordable. Eric, there's much news, but I think I'll end there because I'm anxious to have our guests come on. A lot of interesting. We're going to hear a bunch of cool stuff there.
Great information. I didn't know about the Pope. So I mean, it's always great to be able to tune into Radio Boomers Live to know about all the news. In fact, we'll make sure that we put that up on EZWAYnews.com. Like I said, if you guys want the views, it's all about EZWay News at this point. So make sure you subscribe. That's where everything's going to go down with EZWay moving forward. But coming up is a really special guest. I mean, if you want to know about networking, and you want to get into just connecting with the right people, like really getting on Zoom and knowing how to really get with the right people, knowing how to get that respect and make a lot of money, because it's all about networking. Without networking, it's nothing. We got Robert Butwin coming on to the show, and Robert Butwin is the Street Smart Strategist. That's trademarked. Elite networker, entrepreneurial strategist, author of Street Smart Networking. And Robert Butwin is the architect of influence and quite a force behind some of the most impactful collaborations in business today. He's a Hall of Fame, Wall of Famer on EZWay. For 35 years he's a Hall of Fame, and he's been a Wall of Famer for a couple of years now. Of global experience behind him. And Robert has mastered the art of building high-level relationships that lead to results, real results. So he's a best-selling author of Street Smart Networking and a sought-off speaker known for transforming vision into velocity. I like that. With a rare blend of entrepreneurial insight, intuitive matchmaking, and strategic foresight, Robert helps thought leaders build businesses and basically become change makers to amplify their visibility and credibility. And so when you align with Robert, you'll gain more advice. You'll access elite media exposure, podcasts, placements, premier networking opportunities, and introductions that matter. I like that, introductions that matter. His influence extends across continents, but this approach remains like deeply personal, and he understands people. He'll teach you to unlock your potential and accelerate the outcomes. And with Robert, you do nothing. With Robert Butwin, you do nothing but win. Let's bring him to the show without further ado. Welcome to the show, Robert Butwin.
Look at that crowd. See, how about that, huh?
Hey,
Robert,
they're waiting for you. Everybody's waiting for you.
well, I'm glad to be here and to figure out what I can do that will help your audience increase their network. When I originally started networking, somebody told me way back when, your net worth is in direct relationship to the value of your network, and I went to prove that right.
So, Robert, procrastination and entrenchment are not your problems. You definitely are not a procrastinator. You get things done. And so what was it that kind of got you on this path? Because, I mean, you could have been you could have been engineer or whatever.
Let's acknowledge Jack Bosma and Jim Bannon for tuning in right now. Thank you so much. Live. Press the share button, the like button, and the comment button, because, man, you're going to learn a lot from Robert. I'm sorry, Dad, back to your question.
So what do you think it was that tuned you into this? Because evidently you don't mind being in the public eye, and you like sharing information. And there's kind of a pleasure in that when you can see people, you're helping them move ahead in their business and so on and so forth. What brought you down the path?
Sure. You know, in life, we have these different defining moments. And originally, my defining moment was when I came across a cassette tape series by Wayne Dyer called How to Be a No Limit Person. And the key to that cassette is I started to realize that the limits that existed in my life, I was responsible for them being there. And once you take responsibility for what is, you can take it for what will be. So I started to plug into a lot of information. I started to read more books, listen to more cassette tapes, go to more seminars, and it changed everything as it relates to the actions that I did. Because I grew up in a family business. Our family started the high school award cheerleading jacket business in the 1930s, and there's too much family in the family business. And I realized that I needed to make a change.
Well, you made that change, and times are changing. Are you doing? It seems like you're doing okay with the technology, and you've noticed that's kind of changing at a rapid pace, isn't it?
You know, it is, and part of it is, you know, you've got to realize your state of genius. And so, as a networker, one of the people that I, you know, developed in my network, or actually two of them, was Tom Gay and James Feldman. James is very successful, and Tom was very successful, and so part of it is realizing the people you want to develop relationships. Then there was Eric Zuley. I mean, it's not in any particular order, but it's developing people that have the vision, that are in action, and that are focused on making a difference.
Well, I love that, Robert. And you know, speaking of Tom Gay, I want to actually share the screen real quick. We work with Tom Gay, and Tom Gay has what's called it's a platform called ChatBridge and Engage Pro, and these platforms are super platforms that help you in your business. And so if you go to EZWay Zoom and you click on that, you can check out ChatBridge. This is an amazing platform, really, that helps you to basically take your Zoom chat. And you know how when you go in, again, speaking of networking, you go into these Zooms and a lot of times you want to save the information of these people that are talking, and you want to, you know, follow up with these contacts, but you really just kind of like don't really know how when it comes to the follow-up. And it's a lot of work to take a Zoom chat and turn it into something that's simple to follow up on, like an Excel spreadsheet or whatnot. And what one of the things ChatBridge does,
let me introduce you to ChatBridge.
Is help.
It's a revolutionary new solution for getting great results from your online networking.
If I can.
Today, online networking has become the standard for millions of professionals. Our virtual meeting follow-up
you got the Zoom chat.
You go to an online meeting where at the end, people say, save the chat to follow up. And now you have a nearly unusable and ugly chat text file. You can now say goodbye to the hassles of downloaded Zoom-type chat records. For the first time, with the introduction of this new...
And I'm trying to turn off the volume. I don't know why I can't do that. But basically, the chat records will turn into... this is Tom. If you're watching, this is something you got to fix, man.
ChatBridge tool.
I can't.
You have a simple system to easily import, search, review, follow up, and find opportunities with the people you meet and
so
all of your virtual networking meetings.
I want to make sure that I'm showing
them. And we also made it easy to archive all of your chat files and information on the people you met networking for future use.
There we go.
And
so it'll turn it into
stop
this.
there.
And make
with
it
ChatBridge,
very
when
simple.
You select people to follow up with,
for it to go right into a Excel spreadsheet, and that's super powerful. It's super important to be able to get all these phone numbers, names, and emails, and information, and links, and LinkedIn links, and Facebook links, and things that you need to follow up with, to be able to give that very simply to your VA and save you a ridiculous amount of time. So that's we're actually partners with Chatbridge and Tom, and so we put that into the EZWay network. If you go into tools, that's an amazing tool, and everybody on Zoom now is basically using it.
Oh, it's amazing. And if you have the you know, a lot of people hesitate because the new program, they go, well, I'm not sure how to use it, so I'll hold up. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Once you get into it, you go, oh, that wasn't so bad. And that's coming from me, because a lot of times I'll hold off on some of these. But when I start looking into it, like when we get the new cameras or some of the new tech stuff, because I'm not a tech person. But after I step into it, I'm thinking, that wasn't so bad, but it is so beneficial once you learn it. Right, Rob?
Yeah. In fact, let me jump in or expand upon that. You know, the one that you didn't mention was Engage Pro. And sometimes as you take a look at what you're doing or not doing, and I always resisted Engage Pro up until recently. And why that is, you know, you want to have a systematic approach of following up. So for example, in Engage Pro, if I find out somebody's looking for stages, you can create your own file. So every time I have a conversation with somebody that's in my top of mind awareness, I've got right at my fingertips exactly where I can guide them to. So Engage Pro is a real good systematic way.
Yeah, Engage Pro is an amazing tool for follow-up. So I mean, today's show is all about networking, to let you guys know. And Robert, I don't know if you're hearing us, but you're frozen there, man. You maybe want to jump out and come back in. But speaking of networking, I'm gonna give you guys one special tip when you're networking. Don't expect people to call you. Make sure that you're getting their information. Make sure that you're commanding the ability to network. Control the ability to network. No matter what, you get their, and also too, you get their cell phone. You don't get their office. You don't go through the gatekeepers. You know, you get their cell phone. Daddy, Robert's calling me. Go ahead and take it.
You want me to take Robert's call?
Talk about networking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, you know, here's the thing. When you follow the protocol, or at least advance to the next step, it gives you open time to take care of other things, you know, and that's what I'm finding out. And I used to do things the long and drawn out way, and I'm thinking like, good Lord, I used to take all this time sending these things individually, and it took me hours. And then I found out, this was a while back, found out ways of putting it together, packaging it up, and boom, doing it at one time. And it's so beyond amazing that I think back like, God, why didn't I jump into that sooner? You know, some of those programs. But we have the EZWay, the network overall, has Monday morning sessions that go over the instructions on everything you need to cover when you enter the EZWay programs. And when you start taking these one at a time, you realize that you can not only run your business, you can expand to opening up other businesses for yourself. And the enhancement is just amazing.
Yeah, so we, sorry to interrupt you, but we teach the power of next level networking.
Absolutely.
And next level networking really comes from basically the tools that you're using. You got to use the right tools, and then follow up and follow through. That's really what it's all about. And speaking of tools, if you are a member of EZWay Network, you can actually use our tool, use our member directory. We have over 10,000 members on the directory, but you can actually get a profile of your business. Everything you're about your business, your social media, your website, your podcast, your website, your businesses. You can get reviews. That'll be up there pretty soon. And then you can get booked appointments. People can click on appointment, go right to your calendar. People can buy from you if you have a course or whatever you're selling. They can donate to Better Vision for Children or a nonprofit of your choice. And then the blog is like a press release. So whatever you have going on and whatever's coming up next, this is a press release of whatever you want to make money with. You can leverage our network of 16 million viewers and counting, and attach that to your business. You can also put your events. So if you have an interview coming up, or in this case, Matt was doing an interview at the Teal Awards coming up, and you can send people right to the events. So you have an affiliate link as well, so people can click on that affiliate link and they can buy from you. You see, that's Matt J. Doyle's affiliate link, or they can scan the code and it'll go right to Matt J. Doyle's affiliate link, and people can share you right from the profile. So you can go to the podcast. If you have a podcast and you want to get your message out there, we give you an interactive chat to do that. You can take your YouTube, you can embed our EZWayTV. That's another thing is we have EZWayTV that goes in conjunction, with your podcast, and EZWayTV has hundreds of millions of views and to different phones and mobile phones. We have the new women's channel, and we just officially launched the Billionaires Elite TV channel. So you're about to see all the Billionaires Elite news. You'll see it on EZWay News. You'll see all the different stuff. So like here's Matt J. Doyle, who just interviews at the Halo Teal Awards, and you'll see this on EZWay News soon. You'll see it on Matt's blog, and you can hire Matt to go cover your carpet if you want. And we're making a lot of headway, a lot of moves here with EZWay News and all the members. So every single member we have and the networks behind them can be behind you and your business. And
I was on Matt's yesterday.
Yeah, we want to see that. Okay, so Robert's back. We're looking forward to seeing that interview with you and Matt on Tap Interviews. But now that Robert's back, let's bring him back in. Hey, Robert, good to see that you're back. It looks like we lost you a little bit.
There he is.
It's amazing when all of a sudden the power, and I don't know what happened or why it happened, but part of the key is not when things go wrong, not to allow it to upset you. So I called you back real quickly, figured out a solution, but listen to you.
That's all. You just keep rolling, Rob. You just keep rolling.
Talking about EZWay, I love, you guys are doing things so fast, and every time I listen to you, there's so much new things that you are doing. It's like, how do I keep up? And so
tell me about it.
Yeah.
How do you think I feel?
I get it. We're in that age. So, but again, part of the key in networking is finding people that can do the things so that you can stay doing what you do best. Because it's just tough to keep up with everything and, where EZWay is as it relates to where they're going. And I love what's going on with your company.
Thanks, Robert. Well, let's get into the real power of networking, and we say next level networking. So you're the street smart networker. First and foremost, where did that name come from? Why are people calling you the street smart networker?
Well, first of all, it was the title of my book, because everything that I've learned, whenever I speak, it's things that I've learned from actually doing, being on the street, understanding what to do. So a lot of it's just being authentic, asking the right questions. The two biggest mistakes that I see people make when they network, number one, they're not creating their brand. Second of all, they're just focused on pitching. Now, there's sometimes the key in what you're pitching is why somebody wants to have a one-on-one with you, have more of a meaningful conversation, so you get the chance to get to know one another, because it's not the quantity, it's the quality of relationships that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Great advice. So what do you not want to do when it comes to networking, Robert?
You don't want to dominate the conversation. You want to listen more, ask the right questions. Yep. Focus on what you can do to be of value because you've asked the right questions. One of the things I've learned about networking, the more I give, the more it comes back to me. Yep. Give unconditionally. Don't keep a scorecard, but you focus on listening and being of value to the other person.
There you go. Listening is an art, and when people see that you are listening and you're interested in that person, or you mention their name, what they're doing, they gravitate towards that.
Yep. And as you mentioned, art. The key. You can create anything you want. How you attract the right relationships. How you retain those right relationships. And the transformation they're going to have because of the relationship they have with you.
So let's talk about one of the chapters in your book, Robert. You're an author. You have a book. I'm going to go ahead and give you like a TEDx type of stage, like an Easy Way stage, and give you a good 3 minutes to speak about anything that you want. And I would recommend talking about one of the chapters in your book. Go ahead and promote your book a little bit.
I want to promote something that I've come up with recently. And there was a movie, and I know that you love movies, and it was called A Knight's Tale. And the two key parts in that movie is what the guy that wanted to be a knight learned from his father. You can change your stars. And then it was the activities that he went through to create the results that he wants. So as that relates to networking, if you want to reach the next level, whatever that is as it relates to what you're doing, and if you haven't gathered yet, I love acronyms. So the R is your reputation. Your reputation will precede you. So you always want to make sure that people, you've got the right reputation. The E is the experience that people are going to have when they're with you. A is the fact of being aware and attracting the right people. Are you aware of the other person? It's always about the other person. Focus on them, make them, feel important. The C is the clarity of communication, a bunch of C's, certainty, making sure that you can help them as it relates to what you're doing. And H, were you helpful in how and what they could do as it relates to what they're doing? So, the key in, street smart networking, and again, I wrote that book many years ago, but things are continually changing, and it's how you evolve and incorporate the changes. Part of what you mentioned early on is AI, even though I'm not necessarily that great, but it's understanding the value of AI. We look at AI as your accelerated innovation for your business differentiation. So it's how you're able to use the changes and embrace the changes as it relates to the vision in your activities as you're focused on what you want to create in relationship to what you're doing.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, you're keeping up with, and like you say, you're not totally an AI guy, but we can't help but seeing it's right in front of our eyes in the news and everything. How I'm sure the news people are going to be. They said by the year 2025, which we're kind of there. There's going to be bots in the house. They're going to have the robots, and they're giving the prices out and the number that are going to be made. So, AI is really, I won't get too much into it now, but it's really infiltrating all aspects, other than the guy who lays the bricks and everything. But they're talking about people that have degrees in mathematics and engineering that can be plugged into AI, So yeah. I've always said I used to say we have a bull by the horn, but now I say it's beyond that.
So, Robert, what's the baby boomers' way of using AI?
Well, there's a couple different ways that I've learned to use AI. First of all, I write my own things, and then the first thing in AI is you want to set up your profile. So I'll write whatever I'm doing, because if AI knows who you are, then I'll copy it, put it in AI, and ask it, can you make it better? If you do a lot of posting, you've got like MyMarky, MyMarky.ai, will do a lot of posting in your different social medias. If you want to research anything, you've got, Perplexity.ai. For example, I was on a Zoom the other day with a friend of ours, Sajad, and he mentioned about there was 10 different companies that started under different names, and that now they've got a completely different name. So I went into Perplexity, asked it, give me some different companies that started with different names. For example, Costco didn't start under the name of Costco. It started under Priceline. Avon didn't start underneath the name of Avon. It started under California Perfume. So right. It's amazing what you can, you got all this information at your fingertips. Now, the key in AI is you've got to check its work. Sometimes it hallucinates. You've got to make sure it, is going to represent you the way you want to be represented.
Yeah. You have to, it's like if you're recording and it's writing as you're recording, you still have to double check everything.
Yeah.
Because there's still some kind of, when you look over this, you could tell that sometimes you still have the difference between if it's real or AI. There's little inclinations there. So
Yep.
we're still in charge for now anyway, right?
Well, but you can go in and correct it. If it says something you don't want, you just correct it. And so it's still your voice. You know, it's making sure you proof what it says and make it, you know, an extension of who you are and how you want to be represented, and make sure it's authentic.
And Robert, you deal with a gentleman that's a big speaker, and he teaches kind of an AI course, like a networking event, but it's all like a lot of AI tips and trips. Do you want to talk a little bit about him, and are you still involved with that?
Oh, of course. You know, that's James D. Feldman. He's a CSP certified speaking professional. He's helped some very large companies increase sales $3 billion. We call it a PhD for entrepreneurs who care. PhD is prosperous, helpful, dedicated entrepreneurs, because again, you know, there's a lot of sharks in the water for entrepreneurs, and what we want to do is make sure that we're able to help other people. One of the things I've learned early on is you want to live a life of meaning based on showing up and being of value to other people. That's why I love the Easy Way Network. That's why I love being associated with you and your dad, Eric, because number one, you care and you want to really make a positive impact, and you've created different resources that will be beneficial to other people. So, you know, it's how we show up and the things we do.
There you go. Yeah.
I agree 100%.
I call it the meat and potatoes, Rob.
Yep.
You know, you don't just come to the table and put a lot of fancy stuff on it. You actually put something on the plate. Big difference.
Exactly.
Eric's known for that at his events. You know, they know when he mentions so-and-so is going to be there, that person will not only be there, but a lot of others. And he'll bring a lot of influence and a lot of beneficial things to the table. So what do you see on your plate coming up? Anything on your mind that's kind of exciting that you're
what's exciting coming up for you for 2025, the rest of the year?
You know, every day is an exciting day in my life. You know, I show up, you know, I go to different networking events. A lot of it's knowing your numbers. And my numbers are, I love to go out to network. I love to talk to people. I love to guide people to places where they can, you know, focus on what's, you know, whatever they're doing, how I can help them elevate and accelerate their success. Because, you know, with as much craziness in the world, you know, you take a look at everything that's going on. The only thing that we are certain is what we can do and the impact that we can, you know, have on other people. So that's exciting to me, and that's really what I live for. Live a life of meaning based on being of value.
Well, you know, I want to give you a little bit of kudos, Robert. You've introduced us to some people. You recently introduced us to our new acting affiliate managing director for our network, and you know some pretty awesome people. Shout outs to DJ Shirley. Who are three of the most interesting or most influential or most exciting people that you're currently working with that one could possibly tap into? Let's talk about the Street Smart Networker. Let's talk about who you're networked into. Let's talk about your network.
Well, you know, everybody's unique and different in their own way. You know, I know both you and I love Sajad, and the beauty about him is how he shows up. Even though he's got an amazing heart, you know, then you've got David Ricklin and Mark Porteous with the JV directory. You know, Gary Rogers is another very unique person. I love Maury Zolkovich, who is a brain entrainment specialist. I'm sure you remember the movie, What the Bleep?
Mm-hmm.
You know, part of what Maury's work is helping you reprogram your mind as it pertains to either staying focused on what you want or releasing the things that are holding you back. So those are some of the people that that come to mind. Then you've got Dr. Mort Orman, who's an MD, who's now an anger specialist. You know, we could go on and on as far as people, you know, that I continually meet. Oh, Diane Armitage is another amazing person. You know, she mentored under Bob Proctor for 27 years, wrote most of his stuff. Scott Schilling would be another one. Who I met a long time ago and I've become very good friends with. Again, it's having high quality relationships that, you know, when you pick up the phone or send them an email, they're going to get back to you. It's like virtually almost every time I call you or you call me, I answer the phone, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're showing the screen right now too, Robert. This is your profile on our Easy Way Network. This is the gentleman you were just talking about, and those of you guys that might want to get connected to Robert or anybody on the EZWay network, this is Robert's profile. You can simply click on connect, and then if you click on connect, it'll take you into the app, which you can also download on Google Play or Apple Store, and learn more about Robert and what he's posting, what he's got going on. And Robert's a busy man, so he's got no time to post, but hopefully he'll get on here and post. But you can be his friend, and when you're friends with him, you can send him a message and shoot, reach right out to him, which is a very simple tool that we provide you guys. And then Robert, we got to get you more than just networker and strategist.
Aaron, let me jump in for 1 second. Hopefully I'll have DJ doing more posting for me and keeping control of my social media there.
Perfect. Yeah, no, DJ's great. Again, shout outs to DJ and so Robert, in closing, you've been using the technology and the EZWay tools, in the EZWay network, which I think is a big thing that differentiates us from a lot of other networking groups and marketing companies and stuff. How are you enjoying doing it the easy way and utilizing our technology, even though you're a baby boomer, you don't really understand it? Has it been helpful and beneficial to you?
It is helpful, and it's going to be more helpful as I've got, the person or people that I outsource. Again, I believe in staying in my state of genius, but I know the tools that EZWay has. And for those of you that engage in them, it will definitely help you as it helps you get more visibility, credibility, and connectivity to the right people.
Great answer. I appreciate it. And those of you guys that are tuned in, Robert's last name, Jim Bannon's asking, is Butwin, because you can see it right there on the screen, Robert Butwin, because you do nothing but win with Robert.
Nothing but win with Robert.
So Robert, this has been a blast. We've been trying to get you on the show for quite some time. You're a busy man, and you know that we do have the big keynote event where we do the VIP pitch party, guys, and we also have the new VIP keynote party coming up here soon. So first and foremost, if you want to be a part of the keynote part and you want to actually be a keynote on our stage, sharing the stage with some total superstars, I might add, you need to go to www.easywaypitchparty.com or VIPpitchparty.com. And then as you see on the screen, you click on register, and then registration will take you into a basic automated process where you put your information in, you choose which pitch party you want to go to, which package you want, or if you want to come complimentary. But we're going to be adding to this a VIP keynote party. And we have people like Omar Periu, who is a total superstar, 32-time best-selling author, one of our podcasters, and Kevin Dorsey, who is Michael Jackson's assistant music director, and big-time major business people that are on major stages, probably Butwin. Mr. Butwin will be on there, and it's going to be a very large stage we're going to do, backed by EZWay News. And the unique thing about this stage, though, is we are going to be the one and only guarantee of 100,000 viewers to see your talk. Guaranteed, because you'll be on EZWayTV, you'll be on EZWay News, you'll have our technology, you'll have our profile, you'll get the data, you'll get the emails sent to you. Very, very unique platform that we're doing, and a very unique approach, the EZWay approach. So, Robert, we're going to look forward to having you involved with that. And any closing words of wisdom you wanna give us. And thanks again for your time.
Absolutely.
The key in life is showing up and being of value to other people. I've got my 5 F words, which is fear, which is face everything and rise, no matter what's going on in your life. Have faith, be focused, make sure it's fun, flexible, because things change. And the last one is fail, which is for all I've learned. Take everything that you've learned from the experiences that don't work out and use it as a stepping stone to create the success that you want. When my original mentor met me, he said, you have to have the attitude of gratitude. Be grateful for where you are as you're going to where you deserve to be. We all deserve to create a life of meaning.
And Robert, you have one of the keys to longevity. Did you know that?
What's that?
Well, even aside from working out and the health and the diet, this is even supposed to be more beneficial for longevity, and that's purpose. And when you wake up in the morning, you have that purpose, right? Because you want to constantly evolve.
Yep.
I see that with you. And they say that's one of the keys to longevity is always having something on your mind you want to accomplish these other things. Keeps you going. Keeps the old motor running, right?
Yeah. Well, Robert, and I before we let you go, I got to definitely say, thank you so much for coming down to the Easy Way Awards event that we did, and walking the gold carpet, and it was great to finally meet you in person. We've hung out, we hang out, we do all this stuff on Zoom and online, but for you to fly out and actually meet the Easy Way family, what was that experience like for you, and the breakfast afterwards, and again, great meeting you.
Well, that's why it was a can't miss event. I'm glad to meet you. I met some other amazing people there that I'm still having, developing relationships with them. It was a great event, and I look forward to the future.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Robert, and we'll look for your profile, and you're joining the Easy Way app. I know you don't know how to use the technology, but you do have the app, and so people can reach right out to you on the app. Well, before we let you go, Robert, do me a favor and say, hey, I'm Robert Butwin. You do nothing but win with Robert, and you got to subscribe to RBL Live. If you wouldn't mind, real quick.
Not a problem. As you mentioned, my name is Robert Butwin, and what I really want you to remember, when you connect with Robert, you'll do nothing but win.
There you go. Thank you for slowing down.
You forgot to say, okay, do that one more time and say, hey, my name is Robert Butwin. You do nothing but win, but you got to say, make sure to subscribe to Easy Way Live.
My name is Robert Butwin.
Hold on. Let me. All right, 3, 2, 1, and go.
My name is Robert Butwin, and when you connect with Robert, you'll do nothing but win. Make sure you subscribe to Easy Way's app and everything that Easy Way's doing, because Easy Way is the easy way to create connectivity and relevance.
There we go. And Eric?
All right, Thanks so much, Robert. It was a blast having you, and we'll catch you on the next VIP pitch party. We'll see you
Absolutely.
this Thursday.
I will be there.
I wanted to share Better Vision, touch base a little bit about bvccharity.org. We bring awareness, thanks to Eric and his magic. We brought BBC to a whole nother level, national, international level, and what we do is we bring awareness to children's eye issues or eye health. We just want to bring awareness to their eye health. And through our testing, if anything is detected, we'll follow through with care, with whatever that is, and whatever care is needed. And then we also, I am working with the Lions. I was working with the Kids in Sight now. That's what I'm going to be working with as far as testing. And we're upgrading BVC's testing units because as time goes on, things change, technology improves. So we're going to the top tier of eye care, eye test and screening technology. So with that, we move to the other section. We got part 2 vision, and it's a vision for their future of the foster kids and kids in need. And through that, we work with mentoring and education and guidance and so on and so forth. That is Better Vision for Children in a nutshell. But with that, Eric, I guess we're out of time. We're going over our limits here. But we want to say our prayers will go out to Pope Francis. And we want everybody to just keep in tune, keep in touch, because times are changing. And if you don't keep up, if you're not an entrepreneur and have a business, you can wind up falling behind because somebody else is keeping up. But anyway, with that, Eric, I guess it's time to move on.
Before we bid you guys adieu, again, go to Easy Way Family on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and follow the movement. And if you enjoy the show, for your chance to be on the show, go to www.rbllive.com, and you can submit to be a guest. And ultimately, check out EZWAYNetwork.com and create your free account, your complimentary account, or take a look at the upgrade options, which we can super boost your visibility and your credibility and really just get you more sales, get you more leads, get you more opportunity to get more people to your event, and just get a lot more people all over the world to know about what you want them to know about through our press release and our blogging system. And now with the new and improved, EZWay News at your feet. Yeah, with EZWay News, you can't lose.
That's right.
So we're talking
Eric,
about,
you're building that. So proud of what you've done, and EZWay News has taken off like a space shuttle, and so much is being added to it that you don't want to miss out on this stuff. It's so much informative information and interesting information. So, wow, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's make it happen. And thank you so much for subscribing and making it happen. And before we let you guys go, we're going to show you guys one special interview that has been done that we did at the Teal Awards, the Halo Teal Awards. And this is with an organization that we are going to be JVing with. And we also do EZWay podcasts. So if you guys want to get your podcast on EZWay News and EZWay Network, and you want to get your podcast powered, all your podcasts will be right here on the directory, and we'll get you more views and make it really simple for you to find advertisers and get guests and manage that and update all your episodes in one simple place. And people can become guests and advertise. But if you go to Instagram and you look up EZWay Family and EZWAYTV, we are really rocking that right now. We're live right now on Instagram, as you can see. So this is an interview that we did with the main person from the eWomen Network with 500,000 members. And I want you guys to watch this.
No sound. Eric, we don't have sound on that. We don't have sound. There's no sound on that.
There's no sound? You're saying you can't hear the sound?
No, no sound.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why that's the case. Well, thank you for letting me know that, Dad. Let me double check and see if we can fix that. All right, tell me if there is sound now. So you're like the Orange County Managing Director. Does it sound better?
Yeah.
On the network.
Exactly. That's who I am.
Well, you want to hear a fun story, Vicki?
Sure.
So I was the head of marketing for Center Club. Do you remember?
Yes, we used to have our events there. Yes.
That's where I met Diane.
Okay.
And that's where all you guys. And yes. So I was actually very much involved with you guys without you knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I worked at that venue. And now you're working with the Voco Laguna Hills Hotel.
Exactly. Love that hotel.
Every time I turn around, I'm seeing eWomen.
Yeah, exactly. We're there all the time.
So this is EZWAYTV. We got our amazing EZWay family. We're supporting tonight the Halo events, the Halo Awards, supporting awareness for sexual violence and to raise awareness to stop it. And what do you think of that?
I love it. I'm a police wife. I actually wrote a book that went #1 for police wives. So this was so heavy on my heart when I was asked to be part of this. Yeah, it's amazing.
We're so glad to have you. And so tell us a little bit about eWomen Network, because, our network powers networks like yours. And I'm very much looking forward to work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So eWomen Network is 25 years old this year. It's our anniversary. I bet you didn't even know that. And we help our mission is to help 1 million women each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Let that sink in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big mission.
Well, we can help you a little bit with that mission. We have about 11,000 members, and we reach about 1 million, 2 million, maybe 3 million, 4 million people on social media to help you hit that goal.
Great. Yeah.
So, guys, I want you to stay tuned. All right, I want you to go to EZWay Interactive app, download the app. I want you to follow Vicki, and you need to follow anybody else that's amazing, supporting good causes. And let's see what happens. I'm just going to say this: eWomen Network, the easy way. Stay tuned. Hashtag EZWay Family.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Eric.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Good interview.
I just wanted the EZWay family to also see that we're pushing the EZWay family now like crazy. We're pushing the logos. Hey, Ebony, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, how you doing? And I love it. Definitely want to be involved in that. Good. So glad. So, guys, this is one of the best places. EZWay Network is one of the best places to go to find out about other networks making a difference, making big strides to make a difference with other people. We're like an octopus with multiple tentacles that have other octopus that are attached to multiple tentacles that make multiple tentacles and just keeps, you know, we're like a tree with branches that never stop growing to help you guys network. And I mean, I figured that would be suiting for today's show, because today's show is all about the next level networking and all about networking and tips and tricks. And so with that, in closing, Happy says every day, I love it. So in closing, I want to tell you guys to really take advantage. Action takers are money makers, and really take advantage of the EZWay network and the tools that we give you, and really keep your eye on, as much as you can, keep your eye on EZWay news and all of the members' profiles. If you guys haven't gone on EZWay Wall of Fame or EZWay Network and then clicked on the sites and then go into Wall of Fame, and you haven't like gone through the members, and you haven't met people like Deb Drummond with the new women's channel and the things that she's blogging and what she's doing and her podcast and what she's got going on, and tapped into her network, you know, and you get your chance to be on her podcast and get involved with the 262 sisters. You know, they're using this platform very, very well. They're rocking and rolling with it. You know, if you haven't done that yet, you're doing yourself a dissatisfaction. You know, take a look at the events calendar and look at her events and what she's got coming up. The opportunities are limitless with Deb Drummond. And the same thing with so many other members, guys. You want to go to members and then go through the members and look at all the different members that are on here. And if you're an upgraded member, you'll see that you got gold members and you got silver members and platinum members. You're going to get more promoted. You're going to get featured in different locations. You're going to get promoted in the magazines more. You're going to get more promotions on EZWay News. And we're really excited about EZWay News, because our platinum members are going to be featured. We have a special section for the gold members and a special section for the platinum members. So you're always going to be featured on EZWay News now, and all of everything that's happening with you and your business, with the news that are happening in the world, and then the news that's really happening with EZWay family today is all here. And man, we have worked really hard on this platform. So make sure, if you guys want to be kept in tune and be put in with the opportunities, make sure you click on the subscribe to newsletters and get involved with EZWay News. Get involved with what we're doing on this platform, because it is going to be unbelievable. This is the next level, and we're super, super, super excited. So, all right, Dad, go ahead and so let's say bye to the EZWay family. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in, and remember, guys, #EZWay, and we love you guys. Thank you so much.
It's like Eric said, the EZWay is the online interactive way to go. If you want to keep up for the latest and the greatest and the cutting edge techniques, this is it. So guys, thanks for tuning in, Radio Boomers Live. And like I say, and like I've said many times in the past, keep moving, keep the faith, and Radio Boomers Live is signing out.
Making a mark with connections and trust, stop on this tight, turning every moment into pure delight. Got the EZWay first right in on.
You're watching EZWAYTV, powered by EZWayNetwork.com.
Living on the edge.